Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, trial begins for man accused of acting recklessly when he shot dog. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Andy Hirschberger.
Robert Vos faced
Dr. Robert Marshall and the team at Aesthetic Dental Center are proud to offer Invisalign, the popular clear alternative to braces that is changing people's lives.
At Aesthetic Dental, I've had the Invisalign procedure done. I really enjoy coming to Aesthetic Dental, and they just make it really simple. I'm extremely happy with my decision to get Invisalign.
This month only, get $500 off an Invisalign procedure at Aesthetic Dental Center. Call Aesthetic Dental Center at 603-224-1743 or visit aestheticdentalcenter.com.
felony level reckless conduct charge for shooting a dog at some walking trails in Rye on December 16, 2017. During opening statements, both sides said this case is going to boil down to who you believe, that the trial has little to do with the dog's death, but has everything to do with whether Vos put others at risk when he fired the fatal shots.
This isn't about whether or not the defendant could have his gun. It's not about whether or not he shot the dog. It's about how he chose to defend his dog and who he put in danger when he did that.
Defense lawyers say Vos and his wife were walking their two Pomeranians, both less than 10 pounds, when Melinda Burse, the state's first witness, showed up with two larger dogs, one a 100-pound Malamute. The defense says that dog charged and grabbed one of the Pomeranians in his mouth, then ran back toward Burse, who says she jumped on the dog when the shots were fired.
And the shots sounded like, we have described them as like a muffled pop, like it was shot in the pillow right next to my head.
But defense said that Vos is an airline captain and former fighter pilot, licensed and skilled with a firearm, and that these rounds were fired at point-blank range. Under cross-examination, the defense suggested Burse apologized for her dog's behavior.
And you said to her, I am sorry that my dogs were out of control.
But that's not what I said.
It's not. But what did you say?
All I remember saying is I'm sorry.
Testimony in this case is expected to last until the end of the week. Reporting live in Brentwood, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Man accused of killing estranged wife in Marshfield in custody, DA says. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
There are moments that define our future, where we plan new endeavors and create lifelong memories. You need a partner who knows a home is more than a house to make your dreams a reality. Envision Bank and Mortgage. See the difference.
Best friend. My best friend, my daughter.
Shanna Warner's father says he saw no signs of trouble in her marriage, but sadly it ended violently last night when police say her estranged husband chased her down 3A in Marshfield to pull a gun.
He is in custody. He's in cuffs.
After an all-night manhunt, police say they arrested 47-year-old Alan Warner this afternoon.
I was just like, what is this crazy person doing?
After a reckless run the wrong way through this Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru in Whitman.
I saw someone driving the wrong way, so I basically just watched him drive through and into the next parking lot.
I don't know what he was doing, to tell you the truth.
Police say Warner was driving a stolen flatbed truck from T&K Asphalt in town. Duncan workers called police, who quickly tracked him down.
Mr. Warner was driving by in the flatbed truck, and Officer Poria stopped the vehicle and got Mr. Warner out and placed him under arrest.
The capture brings some relief, but very little closure for Shanna Warner's family as they mourn the loss of a mother of 3.
She's strong, and she's stronger than me. I'm gonna miss her. She's my best friend.
Now, it's not clear where the suspect spent last night. Of course, tonight we know he is in jail awaiting a court appearance tomorrow where he will be facing a murder charge. We're live in Whitman tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Number of robocall scams growing, costing Americans millions. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW Joe Galver.
Introducing the Saco and Biddeford Savings Community Debit Card Program. Every time you swipe SBSI.
For some, they're almost surprised when their cell phone rings and it's actually somebody they know. More than 4 billion robocalls were made in the U.S. in July alone. Though not all of them were scams, those scams are becoming a bigger threat to not just your sanity, but your information. For most of us, the average voicemail can sound like this.
We would request you to get back to us so that we can discuss about this case before taking any legal action against you.
Robocall scams lighting up our screens at a record rate.
Like 4 days.
Catching those who don't want to miss an important call.
Hello? And then it does like the pause. It's like, hey, I'm so-and-so. And I'm like, oh my God, got me again.
But for some, it can be far more serious.
Well, today, you don't need a gun to rob a bank. You have sophistication in technology.
As a former U.S. Marshal, USM's Public Safety Director, Noel March, has seen scammer strategy evolve.
This problem is like whack-a-mole. We are hitting one offender and 2 others pop up elsewhere.
Some are what's called spoofing, mimicking a phone number from your area code, while phishing is a targeted attempt to scam the most vulnerable.
They really aren't going to stop. Scammers are creative and they are relentless.
Jane Margison at AARP Maine sees how older people are targeted.
They want to get you into this heightened emotional state, so you're no longer even considering why something might be a scam.
The FCC says half of its complaints in the last year were about unwanted calls. Social media make it easier for scammers to fill in the pieces. So what can you do?
If they say it's your bank, you can call your bank to verify. If they say they're law enforcement, you can call your local police.
March says reporting these numbers with the Federal Trade Commission allows them to connect the dots.
We want to know the origin of the phone number and backtrack where the first original computer is that's starting this whole train.
But awareness is the only surefire fix.
It's been happening for years. I suspect it'll be years to come.
So what else can you do? Robocall detection technology is still being developed, but it's still years away from being implemented. But your carrier probably has a robocall alert service, even if it costs you a few dollars a month. You can also list your number on a do not call registry, even blocking legitimate telemarketers. There are even call blocking apps you can download like Hiya or Mr. Number. But the best advice, just hang up, double check, and never give out personal information if you're unsure. In the studio, Joe Glauber, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Delta resumes operations after a technology issue briefly halted flights. Delta Airlines said it resumed operations after a technology issue briefly halted domestic departures on Tuesday evening. Senator announces prosecutor set to question Kavanaugh accuser on behalf of GOP. Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck revised courses just hours after he said he would not reveal the name of the prosecutor hired by the GOP to question the woman accusing Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh of assault, and released a statement saying Rachel Mitchell would be tasked with the job. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.